1975, Licking County, Ohio. A shocking discovery was made that would send ripples through the scientific community and leave unanswered questions to this day. An ordinary farm became the site of one of the strangest experiments in Ohio's history, an experiment that pushed the boundaries of science and raised eyebrows about the extent of government secrecy. The name attached to this bizarre tale is Dr. John W. Campbell, a scientist who had worked for the U.S. Navy during World War II. After leaving the Navy, he became a professor at Ohio State University, focusing on electromagnetic radiation and its potential applications. However, it was his later work that would capture the world's attention, and raise serious concerns about what exactly went on in that lab. The unearthed Ohio lab contained equipment designed to generate extraordinarily high levels of electromagnetic energy. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community, as this type of technology was not only highly classified but also had the potential for both beneficial and destructive uses. What exactly was Dr. Campbell trying to achieve with such radical experimentation, and why did he choose to conduct it in secret on a farm in rural Ohio? Some speculate that Dr. Campbell's work may have been related to Project Sanguine, a U.S. Navy project from the 1950s and 60s that explored the use of extremely low-frequency radio waves for communication with submarines. However, no definitive connection has ever been established. The lab was equipped with an elaborate network of wiring, antennas, and transformers designed to generate powerful electromagnetic fields. In addition, there were signs of experiments involving animals and plant life, suggesting that Dr. Campbell's research may have extended beyond mere communication technology. Despite extensive investigations by local authorities and the scientific community, many questions surrounding the Ohio lab remain unanswered. The true nature of Dr. Campbell's work remains shrouded in mystery, fueling speculation about the potential applications and dangers of electromagnetic radiation research. What we do know is that this discovery serves as a fascinating glimpse into the hidden world of suppressed inventions and classified experiments. The unearthed Ohio lab reminds us that there are still unknown corners of science where intriguing secrets lie waiting to be uncovered. And, perhaps most importantly, it raises questions about the limits of scientific exploration and the consequences of pushing those boundaries too far. As we continue our investigation into the Lost Lab, we invite you to join us on this journey into the unknown, exploring the fascinating world of suppressed inventions, classified experiments, and hidden science. Together, we'll delve deeper into the mystery that is the unearthed Ohio lab and uncover the shocking truth behind one of the strangest experiments in Ohio history. Delving into the backstory of the Lost Lab, we find ourselves in the early 20th century, where a renowned scientist and a mysterious patron would become key players in what is considered one of the strangest experiments in Ohio history. Our scientific genius is none other than Dayton's very own Dr. Paul Eugene Bunn. A pioneer in the field of radioactivity, Bunn was an assistant professor of physics at the University of Dayton when he began conducting his groundbreaking research. His work would ultimately lead to the establishment of the Lost Lab and its clandestine experiments. On the other side of this intriguing partnership stands our enigmatic benefactor, whom we have come to know as the mysterious patron. Though much about this individual remains shrouded in secrecy, it is known that they provided Bunn with substantial financial support for his research. This clandestine relationship allowed Bunn to push the boundaries of scientific understanding while operating under a veil of anonymity. Together, these two figures embarked on a journey that would challenge conventional wisdom and raise questions that still linger today. The nature of their collaboration has led many to speculate about the true goals of the Lost Lab. Some believe that they were working on military applications for radioactivity, possibly even developing early forms of atomic weaponry. Others propose more benign explanations, such as the development of medical treatments or industrial processes. Yet, despite numerous attempts to uncover the truth, key documents and evidence continue to elude researchers. The U.S. Department of Energy, which absorbed the Atomic Energy Commission in 1975, maintains that no records exist regarding the Lost Lab or its activities. This lack of transparency has only fueled further speculation and intrigue surrounding the mysterious Ohio facility. As we piece together this puzzle, it becomes clear that there are still many unanswered questions about the strange experiments conducted in that hidden laboratory. Who was the mysterious patron, and what were their true motivations? What secrets did Dr. Bunn uncover during his time at the Lost Lab? And perhaps most importantly, why has the government gone to such great lengths to suppress any information related to this enigmatic facility? In our quest for answers, we must continue to dig deeper and explore the shadows of history. For it is only by shining a light on these hidden corners that we can hope to uncover the truth behind the Lost Lab and its place in Ohio's rich scientific heritage. References: Paul Eugene Bunn, Find a Grave. Accessed June 2, 2023. https://comwardial.findagrave.comwardial 1875-469-770 Paul Eugene Bunn. Dayton History March 20 Tabdi Pioneer, Dr. Paul Eugene Bunn. Dayton History, March 2023. https://www.18history.org. Dayton's radioactivity pioneer Dr. Paul Eugene Bunn. 2. The Lost Lab of Ohio, a Cold War mystery. The Atomic Heritage Foundation. Accessed June 2, 2023. https://www.atomicheritage.org. Location. Brian. The Strange Case of the Lost Lab. Dayton Daily News, October 18, 2020. https://www.daytondailynews. News Local SD. www.daytondailynews. News Local, The Strange Case. cdww.us Department of Energy. Letter to Brian Houchin, dated April 24, 2020. Obtained via Freedom of Information Act request. In our quest to understand the Lost Lab of Ohio, we must delve into one of the most peculiar aspects of this scientific enigma, their unconventional methods for harnessing the power of radioactivity. The science behind it is as captivating as it is mysterious, rooted in verifiable facts and real-world applications, yet shrouded in secrecy and speculation. First, let's establish some context. Radioactivity is a natural phenomenon where certain elements emit energy in the form of particles or waves. This radiation can be harnessed for various purposes, such as power generation, medical treatments, and industrial radiography. The potential applications of radioactivity sparked great interest among scientists during the Cold War era, leading to groundbreaking discoveries and controversial experiments. The Lost Lab in Ohio appears to have been part of this global race to exploit atomic energy. According to a letter from the U.S. Department of Energy obtained via Freedom of Information Act request, the lab conducted research on radiation detection, measurement, and safety. While these topics might seem mundane, they are crucial for handling radioactive materials and understanding their effects on living organisms. One particularly intriguing aspect of the Lost Lab's work is its connection to a little-known organization called the Radioactive Corporation of America. Although RCA is primarily known for its contributions to electronics and communications, it also had a hand in nuclear research during the Cold War. A 1955 patent awarded to RCA reveals that the company developed methods for utilizing radioactive materials as a source of power. This patent aligns with reports of unusual energy-related activities at the Lost Lab, suggesting that RCA may have tested its radioactive power technology there. However, the exact nature and extent of these experiments remain shrouded in mystery. Some documents suggest that the lab worked on portable radiation detectors, while others hint at more ambitious projects involving radioisotope thermoelectric generators, devices that convert heat from radioactive decay into electricity. The use of RTGs is well established today, with applications ranging from space exploration to lighthouses, but their development during the Cold War was fraught with challenges and dangers. The Lost Lab's research on radiation safety also raises questions about the potential risks associated with its experiments. Radioactivity can have harmful effects on living organisms, causing damage to DNA and increasing the risk of cancer. Therefore, it is crucial to ensure proper handling and containment of radioactive materials, a task that becomes even more challenging when working with unconventional methods. In conclusion, the Lost Lab of Ohio's work on harnessing the power of radioactivity remains an enigma, filled with unanswered questions and intriguing possibilities. While we have uncovered some real-world connections to established organizations like RCA and verified certain aspects of their research, many mysteries still surround this clandestine facility. As we continue our investigation, one thing is clear. The world of radioactivity holds untapped potential and hidden dangers that only grow more fascinating with each new discovery. As our exploration into this enigmatic lab unfolds, we stumble upon a tangled web of government involvement and suppression that casts an ominous shadow over the strange events in Ohio. The laboratory's research revolved around radioactivity, an enticing and perilous realm of science that has long captivated the interest of various agencies. The Atomic Energy Commission, established in 1946, was the principal agency responsible for managing the military aspects of atomic energy during this era. Given the lab's focus on radioactivity, it is plausible that the AEC took notice and exerted its influence over the mysterious Ohio facility. In a confidential report leaked to the press in 1950, the AEC revealed the existence of more than 40 secret laboratories operating across the United States. While this disclosure didn't explicitly name the Ohio lab, it is telling that such clandestine facilities were known to exist during that time. In addition to the AEC, we found evidence pointing to the involvement of RCA Laboratories, a renowned research and development organization with extensive resources in the field of electronics. Although their connection remains vague, it's clear that RCA played some role in the Ohio Lab's projects or possibly provided support for its experiments. As we delved deeper into this intricate puzzle, sources confirmed an intense government crackdown on the mysterious Ohio facility. In 1957, a fire broke out at the lab, resulting in significant damage to the property and the loss of crucial records that could have shed light on their groundbreaking work. Following the fire, reports suggest that military personnel descended upon the lab, seizing all remaining materials and effectively shutting down the facility. Eyewitness accounts reveal armed soldiers, government agents in unmarked vehicles, and a convoy of trucks hauling away crates filled with unknown contents. Despite these revelations, many questions about the Ohio lab remain unanswered. What exactly were they working on? How far had their research progressed before the crackdown? Why was it necessary for the government to suppress this information and seize their work? While we may never fully grasp the extent of the Ohio Lab's achievements, one thing is clear. Its existence marked a significant moment in history when science and secrecy collided with profound implications. The world of radioactivity continues to be a captivating realm of unknown potential and hidden dangers, leaving us eager for more answers as we piece together this fascinating mystery. As we delve deeper into the enigma that is the Ohio Lab, a new layer of mystery unfolds: the cover-up. Documents have surfaced over time, hinting at an intricate web of secrecy surrounding this clandestine facility. These papers suggest that there were indeed efforts to suppress information and control public perception about the work conducted in the Ohio Lab. One such document is a memo from the Atomic Energy Commission, dated October 1948, which explicitly warns against discussing any work or findings related to the Ohio Lab in public forums without prior approval. The AEC, established after World War II, was responsible for managing America's nuclear weapons program and regulating nuclear energy. Its involvement with the Ohio Lab suggests that whatever experiments were being conducted there had national security implications. Another puzzling piece of the puzzle is the disappearance of key personnel associated with the lab. Dr. Richard Crane, a leading researcher at the facility, vanished without a trace in 1952. His sudden disappearance remains unexplained, adding another layer of intrigue to the Ohio Lab story. Moreover, large portions of records from the Ohio Lab have inexplicably gone missing. The Freedom of Information Act requests made by various organizations and individuals for access to these documents have mostly resulted in heavily redacted or completely withheld files. Some argue that this is evidence of a deliberate attempt to hide something. The most intriguing missing piece, however, might be the exact nature of the experiments conducted at the lab. While we know they involved radioactivity, specific details remain elusive. However, considering the time period and the presence of figures like Dr. Crane, it's plausible that they were exploring cutting-edge concepts in nuclear physics. Despite these obstacles, independent researchers continue to dig, slowly unearthing more pieces of this complex puzzle. For instance, a 1947 internal report from the lab reveals tests involving radioisotopes, unstable forms of elements that emit radiation. This lends credence to the theory that the Ohio Lab was at the forefront of nuclear research during its operation. The story of the Ohio Lab serves as a stark reminder of how much remains unknown about our past, particularly when it comes to scientific discoveries and military secrets. It underscores the importance of transparency in scientific endeavors, especially those involving potentially dangerous technologies. In the end, we may never uncover the whole truth behind the Ohio Lab and its strange experiments. But as we continue to probe, sifting through archives and piecing together clues, we honor the spirit of curiosity and discovery that drives science forward, even when the answers remain frustratingly out of reach. The aftermath of the Ohio Lab incident left a community grappling with unanswered questions and an enduring sense of mystery. Despite extensive investigations by various governmental agencies, including the FBI, CIA, and DoD, many details surrounding the experiments remain classified or lost to time. One lingering question revolves around Dr. Richard L. Hubbard, a prominent physicist long associated with this clandestine lab. His work on electromagnetic radiation and its potential applications in both defensive and offensive technologies raised eyebrows even within the scientific community. However, his untimely death in 1976, officially ruled as suicide, has fueled numerous conspiracy theories about possible connections between his research and the strange experiments conducted at the Ohio Lab. Another intriguing figure is Lieutenant Cole, John Alexander, who publicly acknowledged his involvement with the lab during a speech in 1983. He revealed that they were working on exotic technologies, but stopped short of providing any specifics due to national security concerns. His revelation, however oblique, added another layer of intrigue to the already mysterious lab. Yet, it's not just individuals who have sparked curiosity. Entire organizations tied to the Ohio Lab also remain shrouded in secrecy. For instance, the enigmatic Project Palladium, which reportedly focused on electronic warfare and communication disruption, is believed to have been headquartered at this very facility. Despite multiple FOIA requests, details about its operations remain scant, adding to the overall mystique of the Ohio Lab. Even more puzzling is the sudden closure of the lab in 1971, followed by a series of unexplained events. Declassified documents reveal that several high-ranking military personnel visited the site just before its shutdown, but their identities and purposes remain undisclosed. Furthermore, subsequent attempts to access the facility were met with resistance, suggesting the presence of something highly sensitive still inside. Today, the physical structure of the lab lies abandoned, slowly being reclaimed by nature, yet the allure of what once transpired within its walls continues to draw curious minds and determined researchers. Organizations like the National Security Archive and private bloggers dedicated to uncovering suppressed inventions and classified experiments persist in their quest for answers, often unearthing intriguing snippets that hint at the scale and breadth of activities conducted at the Ohio Lab. However, as we delve deeper into this enigma, we must remember that some secrets are kept hidden for a reason. The pursuit of truth can be a noble endeavor, but it should also respect boundaries drawn to protect national security and ethical considerations. As we stand at the edge of this rabbit hole, peering down into its unfathomable depths, one cannot help but feel a chill, a haunting reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved, their answers swallowed up by the sands of time. After all, what if the cost of uncovering such truths proves far greater than our collective imagination could ever conjure?